You're eating bananas all wrong. Let's lay it out. Pretty much everything you think you know about this yellow snack sitting on your kitchen counter is factually incorrect. For starters, bananas don't grow on trees. The towering green stalks you see on plantations actually lack any woody tissue. They are giant succulent herbs, distantly related to ginger. And the yellow thing you peel? Because it develops from a single flower with one ovary, botanically speaking, a banana is actually a berry. These definitions, berry, herb, succulent, sit at odds with the way we've simplified the plant into a basic household snack. Out in the wild, there is staggering diversity. There are over 1,000 distinct varieties of bananas grown globally, including the blue Java, which has blue skin and literally tastes like vanilla ice cream. But you almost never see those. The global export market relies almost entirely on a single, highly standardized variety known as the Cavendish. To achieve that perfect supermarket uniformity, we engineered the seeds out of it. The modern Cavendish is completely sterile, its seeds reduced to tiny brown specks. Every single plant is grown from a cutting, making them exact genetic clones of one another. Commercial demand for uniformity has replaced natural reproduction with a global population of sterile, seedless clones. That engineered perfection comes with some bizarre physical quirks. Bananas are rich in potassium, and a fraction of that is potassium-40. That means the fruit is measurably, though mildly, radioactive. You'd have to eat an impossible volume, millions of them at once, to get sick. Your body's metabolism tightly regulates potassium levels, flushing out any excess long before the radiation could do any damage. Looking at this photograph of 19th century cobblestone streets, you can imagine how poor sanitation allowed discarded, rotting banana skins to pile up. It formed a slimy, hazardous sludge that routinely broke the bones of unsuspecting pedestrians. It was such a widespread public safety issue that early vaudeville stars and physical comedy pioneers, like Buster Keaton, shown in this portrait, adapted the very real peril of stepping on a peel into the iconic slipping gag we still know today. Behind the cartoon trope is a history of actual broken limbs, turning a public sanitation crisis into legendary slapstick. By the early 20th century, the United Fruit Company sought absolute control over the Central American fruit trade. In this photograph, you can see workers unloading vast quantities of bananas from a steamer, showcasing the immense logistical scale of an empire built on cheap labor and aggressive expansion. They didn't just buy land, they systematically took over the transportation infrastructure. This locomotive dragging a towering haul of bananas represents how the company seized control of regional railway networks, locking local competitors out. In exchange for building these railroads, the corporations extracted massive tax breaks and land concessions from weak governments. They essentially bought entire political systems, creating servile dictatorships that we now call banana republics. When the Guatemalan government tried to buy back unused land for local farmers, the United Fruit Company lobbied Washington. The result was a 1954 CIA-backed military coup. The massive crowds gathered in a public square here are witnessing the overthrow of a democratically elected leader, orchestrated entirely to protect corporate land assets. The global appetite for a cheap, perfectly uniform breakfast fruit directly funded and incentivized the violent destabilization of Central America. Now, the system that built that corporate empire is facing biological collapse. A highly virulent soil-borne pathogen known as Panama disease is ravaging global agriculture. This animated data visualization shows exactly why the threat is so severe. Because the industry relies entirely on genetically identical Cavendish clones, there is zero genetic variance in the crops. A pathogen vector that can kill one plant can kill every single plant on Earth, and the fungus cannot be contained. It survives in the soil for decades, impervious to chemicals. Without natural resistance, the commercial banana is on a rapid timeline toward functional extinction. The aggressive standardization and cloning that made the fruit wildly profitable is the exact biological mechanism destroying it today. But researchers are racing the clock. Scientists in Honduras and Australia are working to sequence the banana's genome, searching for specific genes that can resist the fungus. They are turning back to wild, inedible varieties, like the heavily seeded Calcutta 4, crossbreeding them with susceptible plants to map out the genetic roadmap for an immune super banana. Meanwhile, at South Dakota State University, food chemists are extracting lignocellulosic material from millions of tons of discarded peels. They're using this agricultural waste to engineer clear, biodegradable bioplastics that break down in soil within 30 days. By studying the plant's biology, from its discarded peels to its wild ancestors, we can engineer disease resistance and biodegradable packaging. Drop a banana emoji in the comments if this blew your mind, and subscribe for more shocking facts you won't believe.